Hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. Just hold on one second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. Heartbreak emoji. Yeah, that's all I'm feeling right now. Salute, shake my ass up, bro. What did Tatum need to? So this is what I struggle with, right? This is what I struggle with, right? Tatum 1000%. Niggas call me Unk. I'm 22. This is what I struggle with, right? I'm so sorry if this takes me some time to get out, because Tatum 1000% should have played better in games 1 and game 2. He could have played better in game 3, but I thought he was solid, right? And we hear all this talk about the Celtics having a super team, right? And how Tatum can have a bad game. Tatum can have all these bad games, and his team is so good that it won't matter, and they can still win. How many times has that argument been brought up when used to describe Jason Tatum? How many times has that argument been brought up if by people that are trying to diminish Jason Tatum? How many games in this playoffs have the Celtics won where Tatum was subpar? Haven't won one in this series. And then he goes out and scores 42 points or something. He scores, 40 something points, right? And you sit there and you just watch what's happening in this game. You sit there and you watch what's happening in this game. And I'm saying to myself, like, man, Tatum has to do everything, huh? Man, every offensive possession, damn, Tatum got to do everything. And the only motherfucker that really comes out to play is the one that wears number 9. That's the only other one. Jalen has a good first half, damn near every playoff game. I also, like, y'all know me, I am 1000% blame on players. Like, I'm never going to give the coach more blame than the players. Like, 99% of the times, I'm not going to give the coach more blame than the players. But holy shit, was Joe Mazzulla bad in this game. Holy shit, was Joe Mazzulla bad in this game. From the rotations, one, like, I didn't think Porzingis was like, I thought he was okay in the last game where his help defensively was good. He had some offensive rebounds in this game. But are y'all gonna sit here and tell me that Kristaps Porzingis deserved to play 24 minutes in this game, and Luke Kornet deserved to play 7? Now, I'm not saying Luke Kornet was like this world beater, and he was not as good in this game as he has in the other games. So I'm not saying that, right? But coming into this game, in what world is the game plan to play Kristaps Porzingis more than 3 times the minutes of Luke Kornet? Please, like, what? So that's one thing, right? 2, I understand that if Mitchell Robinson was on my team and a team kept hacking him, I totally understand that would be, I would not like that, right? That's fine. I totally understand that. But when you look at the NBA and you look at the playoffs, and you sit there and you look at how NBA teams play, they take advantage of everything that a player on the court can do. So when Josh Hart is on the court and our team's like, okay, he's not a great shooter, we're going to let him shoot the ball. Hey, Jalen Brunson, he's not that tall, not that good on the defensive side of the ball. Hey, let's go after him. Karl Anthony Towns, who quite frankly did a phenomenal job in this game, on the switches. Hey, we're gonna put him into space and let him guard, right? Mitchell Robinson cannot shoot a fucking free throw to save his life. Mitchell Robinson cannot shoot a damn free throw to save his life. So while I agree that if I had him on my team, I would be upset that teams are fouling him. But this is the playoffs, man. This is the playoffs. We got to do whatever we need to do to win the game. And Hacker Robinson has worked in every single game. Whether it's keeping the game close, whether it's slowing the Knicks offense down. Because sometimes when the Hacker Robinson is happening, then they will try to avoid it. There was a play in, I think, game 3 where they knew it was coming, and the first pass they got across half court, OG just shot the ball up, so they couldn't foul him. Why do we not go to Mitchell Hacker Robinson not one time in this game? Please, anybody, please. He had what? 6 offensive rebounds? Hold on. He had what? He had how many offensive rebounds? He had 8 rebounds, 5 offensive. 8 rebounds, 5 offensive. And people were telling me, hey, it's because the Celtics weren't close to the bonus, right? Cool. We saw the first 2 games. Also, yes, the team is trash at rebounding. Tatum, the fact that Tatum has to be our best rebounder, our best scorer. I'll get into that in a second. In the first 2 games, when Mitchell Robinson grabbed offensive rebounds, Luke Cornett fouled him. Now, that was a game where Luke had like 3 fouls. I didn't like that in the first half, of course. I didn't like that. But we also saw KP have 5 fouls in the previous game. A lot of them coming trying to foul Robinson. So he got 5 offensive rebounds. Wrap him up. So between the rotations, between not fouling Mitchell Robinson, which has worked, he had to post a fucking IG story saying absolutely nothing because of the struggles he's having at the free throw line. Then you come out and you don't exploit that. So 2. 3. Again, this part is not all on Joe. 100%. This is not all on Joe. But can somebody tell me why every single game in this series, except for game 3, and damn near half of the games in the Orlando Magic series, have been tale of two halves games from the Celtics? Can somebody tell me why we can't sustain offense or energy for an entire game? Can some in the first half, the Celtics had hold on. In the first half, the Celtics scored 62 points. Well, it's probably much the same. Okay. In the first half, the Celtics scored 62 points. 20 for 37 from the field, 12 for 24 from 3. In the second half, 51 points, 10 points less. 6 for 24 from 3, and that is not just us not hitting shots. That is not just us not hitting shots. It's not. 18 for 42 from the field. In the last game, it was a tale of two halves game too. In the first two games, it was tale of two halves too. Where the Celtics are up, 15, and then they get up, 20 in the first half. Like, they were up 15 to 12 points coming into the third quarter. They add a little bit on top of that to get a 20-point lead. And then in the middle of third quarter, everything stops. They stop running offense. I'm gonna just scrap that, and I'm gonna get to number 4. There was a run. I don't know why the players can't stop a Knicks run. The Knicks runs in this series were insane. The Knicks runs in this series were absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Joe Mazzulla doesn't call timeout early enough on a lot of them, on some of them. But the Celtics team, they can't stop the Knicks from going on an extended run. Do you know how many runs was in this? Like, basketball is a game of runs. I'm not saying they can prevent them from happening, right? But what I'm saying is, why is every run a 10-0 run? They can't just put it together for one possession. They didn't do it at all in this game. They didn't do it. The next thing about Joe, there was a play where we called a timeout because they were on a run. And I tweeted, this ATO was going to tell me a lot. I wanted to see that play was going to show me if we were actually ready to win this game or not. Because even before that, I didn't think so, because that third quarter was horrendous. Joe, mostly the players. That third quarter was horrendous, bro. So, I said, this ATO is going to show me a lot. Does anybody want to know what play we ran? I'm going to do you one better. Does anybody want to know where Jason Tatum was on an ATO play? After the Knicks just went on a huge run, we called timeout, and Tatum is seemingly the only player that can do something in the fourth quarter. Do y'all want to know where Tatum was? He was in the fucking corner. He was in the fucking corner, bro. Out of timeout play, Tatum is the only one that can do anything in the fourth quarter offensively. The only one. He had 11 points in the fourth quarter in 7 minutes. Pritchard had 7, but a lot of that was at the end. So no other starter had 2 points in the actual fourth quarter time. Had more than 2 points in the actual fourth quarter time before Tatum got hurt. And we come out of a timeout and Tatum is in the corner. And you know what happened? Tatum overcame the bad coaching, went to get the ball and got an and one. Tatum still scored on that play and got an and one. So a lot of times, if y'all hear me say, yes, Joe Mazzulla didn't do this, but Tatum needs to do this, that is exactly what I'm talking about. He put Tatum in a corner, like real shit. In the fourth quarter after a Knicks run, he calls a play and Tatum is not involved in it. What the hell are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Now, the fifth thing. Let me just make sure I got my numbers right. In that third quarter, Jalen Brunson went absolutely nuclear. He had 18 points, had 3 assists. I believe he was responsible for 25 points in that third quarter. First of all, the Knicks starters played all 12 minutes in the third quarter. First of all. Now, I'm not saying that we should have done that, but that's just crazy to look at. Jalen Brunson went absolutely insane in the third quarter. He got killed by Derek White. I mean, Derek White got killed by him. All right, catch him. I see you, bro. Jalen Brunson absolutely killed us. Derek White was getting killed by Jalen Brunson. 100%. How many times did we send to Jalen in that third quarter where he had 18 points and 3 assists? Can anybody tell me if they saw the Celtics send to or get the ball out of his hands in that third quarter? Now, after you answer that question, I'm going to tell you this. Thank you, Shanks. Thank you, Shanks. Now, I will want Derek White to be able to check Jalen Brunson. I believe for portions of a game, maybe even a half, that he can. Drew is obviously the best choice, and he was out of the game at that time. He did not send help. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my charge right quick. Let me get my charge. I ain't going away. I'm ready. All right. They didn't send help, send to at Jalen Brunson, not one time. Not one time. Guess what happened in the fourth quarter? The fourth quarter starts, Jalen Brunson not in the game. Mikal Bridges scores 2 buckets in the fourth quarter to start. Guess what we started doing? We start sending to Mikal Bridges. Now tell me if that ain't backwards. Tell me if that's backwards or not. Please, somebody tell me that's not backwards. Please. Now, again, this is why I'm mostly a player's blame guy, because why can't we stop Mikal Bridges? I should be able to put one of our defenders on him. I'm not saying he can't score. I ain't saying that. I'm not saying he has to not score a point. But goddamn. Well, they probably man, I don't understand why we just can't go under and beat him to the spot. Dude thrives in the midi. And we kept giving it to him. And we just kept giving it to him. Now, some of them, like 1 or 2 of them were tough shots, but the rest of them had no contest. Just because he's fading on the mid-range does not mean it's a tough shot. He works on that. That is his shot. That is his shot. That's not a tough shot for him if he's open. It's not. It's just not. Well, they probably think Bridges can't get rid of the ball as efficiently out of the double. That's true. That's true. But 2 things can be true at the same time. Jalen Brunson was responsible for 25 points in the third, and he didn't double him once. Not one time. Josh Hart, and this is what is baffling, because you have the defensive game plan to do this. You're already leaving Josh Hart. So why is trapping or sending 2 to Brunson, who's hot? If he's not doing anything, fine. Drew Holiday has done a phenomenal job at keeping Jalen Brunson at bay for majority of the series. But if we're already not guarding Josh Hart, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard for us to send 2 at him? And then Mikal Bridges scores twice in the fourth quarter, and now you want to send 2. It's a lose-lose situation. I disagree. I love you, but I gotta disagree. Because Mikal wasn't hot at that point. And any possession where Josh Hart has the ball longer than Jalen Brunson, to me, is a win. Any single possession where Josh Hart has the basketball more than Jalen Brunson is a win to me. That's what I'm saying. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So I'll get to Tatum. I can't help being mommy or KP as a mommy. Put that guy to bed. Actually, I'll go KP next. I'm not a doctor. I want to start this off by saying I'm not a doctor. I am in college. I'm almost done. Did not go to be a doctor. Does Kristaps, what illness does he have? What does he have? Because he missed 8 games in what, March? He missed what, 8 games in March? With this non-COVID illness. He finna catch these hands. You right, brother. But he caught something else. He has I don't even know if I can say that. Claire knows much better than I know. Claire knows much better than I know. I was gonna say he has AIDS as a joke, but that's not cool. See, look, me and Clay on the same page. That's not cool, Matthew. Come on, don't say that about him, man. I know it's a joke, but that's you know what I'm saying. I really hope he don't. And I know you was joking, and I was thinking the same thing. But Claire told us not cool, so that's not cool. What is wrong? Like, what does he actually have, bro? What does he actually have? Because not only, see, but they said it was non-COVID illness. In them 8 games that he missed, it was labeled as a non-COVID illness. That is my top choice of what this actually is long COVID. That's my ultimate choice. But why would they lie about that? Well, it probably wasn't that at the, I don't know. See, there's a problem. I don't know. And Matthew, while I don't think it's the Magic Johnson thing, it gotta be something weird. It has to be. It has to be something weird, bro. Because who is this player that we're looking at and has been effective in a finals game, in a finals game? All the regular season, this player has been effective. A 20.73 sniper, bro. Takes advantage of a mismatch whenever he has it. Has he scored on a smaller player this entire series? Has Kristaps scored over smaller players this entire series? Hey, real shit. He has not taken advantage of one mismatch this entire series. Who could have predicted that? He probably is the first to have something. Bro, he had dude. And like I would be so thank you, Danny. I think it's stamina and rhythm, but the illness is sketchy as hell. Listen, if it was strictly stamina, I would understand. If it was strictly stamina, I would understand. And I'm not saying that him being sick can't affect his jump shot. That's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It can affect everything. But bro, it looked like he was in Space Jam, and they took all of his skills away. He can't shoot a lick, and then free throws. Man, free throws. Remember the possession when he had McBride in a blocking. That's what made me bring this up. And it's not that I expect him to back down people, right? Because he's never been the back down bruiser kind of guy. Have we already addressed it? Okay, no, I have not. I've been putting it off. I don't want to talk about it, but I have to. So, thank you. Tatum. Thank you, bro. Thank you. It sounds like like I'm at a funeral, but thank you. I sat there and watched him try to carry this team. And you know what's so funny is that, again, like I say, the super team talks, all this other stuff. Kristaps literally turned into a player we have never seen. Kristaps turned into a zero for the entire playoffs, bro. Jaylen Brown has one good half every single game. He also got in foul trouble in this game. Drew, not gonna say anything bad about Drew. Horford is old. Oh, I'm sorry, Horford. Goddamn, I didn't even do that. Horford is still an effective player. I'm not gonna do that. But dude, and what's so crazy about Tatum is that he had an amazing game, and there's still times where it's like, bro, don't settle right there. Like, he could have had 50 easily. But Tatum, like, there are games where you can tell Tatum's not there. Like, his energy's off, blah, 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 blah. From the first possession of this game, defensively, boxing out Anthony Towns, getting those rebounds, being everywhere defensively, Tatum played as much of a complete game as you can see from somebody. He was getting a lot of steals. He was passing the ball. He was shooting the ball. He was rebounding. He was boxing out. Tatum left everything he had on the floor. And goddamn it, y'all, I think that injury was non-contact. I really do. And it took me like the third replay of seeing it, where they showed the high one, the high view. I thought he like rolled it as I thought he hit OG's leg and then he rolled his ankle. Tatum did not touch OG, bro. His ankle didn't touch OG. Especially not before he went down. He didn't. And you know how that shit started, bro? Matter of fact, I ain't finna go there. I'm not finna go there. But Jesus Christ, bro. And like just seeing him in that wheelchair, holy fuck. Seeing him in that wheelchair, bro. Seeing him in that wheelchair. Brandon, I'm not gonna get into it, bro. I'm not gonna get into it what happened before the play because it's gonna sound like it's his fault. It's not. No, he didn't. Like, come on, no, I'm not saying that. But he was just so bad, bro. Go there, please. No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that because it's gonna sound like I'm saying, oh, he did that. So that is that's what happened. That is what happened. But there's no way in hell I'm saying that like that happened because of you. Like, no. It just happened to happen like that. But unrelated to that situation, Jaylen Brown was. Oh, you talking about OG? Oh no! I'm not talking about OG. I ain't talking about OG. I ain't talking about OG. The person I'm talking about, he played for the Celtics. But yeah, bro, Jaylen Brown was bad in this game. Unrelated to that play, he was just bad. Like there, even in the first half, in the first quarter, even when he had 6 to 8 points, he was just forcing everything. He was dead ass forcing everything. Just dribbling for so long. Bad might be an understatement. You give me a word, because I agree with you. You give me a word, because I agree with you. Even when he was scoring, he was bad, bro. Even when he was scoring, he was bad. Because he was the only one not playing within the flow. The only one. The only one. Now trades, that's what everybody talking about, right? Everybody talking about trades. Man, like, what value does KP have? Even the energy on the bench was weird, especially JB. Yeah. What value does KP have right now? The best deal that the Celtics can get right now with what Porzingis has showed in this playoffs. Now, I think he can 100% be better next season. 100%. I think there is 100% when Porzingis is healthy, he can definitely be better, right? KP worth Vucevic right now? I don't. Maybe. But the fact that I had to think about that is the problem. Now, Vucevic is a 20 and 10 guy. He a 20 and 10 guy. Former All-Star, 20 and 10 guy, can stretch the floor, shit like that. Right? The best deal we gonna end up getting for KP based on his performance in this playoffs is what the Mavericks traded him to the Wizards for. It was like Dinwiddie and somebody else for KP. That's the best we're gonna get. JB and KP for Giannis. I trust Brad too. And honestly, of course I want to win a championship. Like I'm not. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. We're in the second April. Also, we can't do the other trade things. We're in the second April. And that's a lot of the reason why this stuff is coming out. Because even before the Knicks series, we were like trades are being talked about because we have to get under that second April because a lot of the ramifications of that are coming to our team because our team is so expensive. Now, we got a championship out of it. I was very hopeful that we could get another one, but we don't know. Drew and KP were already guys that have been said to be rumored to be traded just because of the salary cap implications. But now that KP sucks. I don't know, bro. Now Tatum, I'm searching, y'all. I'm searching for an answer. Y'all. I'm mourning. Don't want to hear about trades. I want to hear about Knicks dominance. Okay, the Knicks outplayed you, and ever since they outplayed you. They outplayed, especially in that third. I was so discouraged by that third quarter. So discouraged, and it's not that you got outscored in that third quarter, bro. What if I retires? Holy shit! Don't put that in my head. I'm not talking about that. Nope, not talking about that. Not talking about that. At least we definitely got Allen Ring. But a second round exit, he probably like, man, I can't do this shit. And then Tatum not being ready. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm about to go right back to the DR, about to be with my people. But that third quarter, man. What alarmed me the most was the effort. Now, you can say the Knicks hit tough shots. I think they did too. I think they definitely hit tough shots. Wait, what they shoot in the second half? They shot 67% in the second half. They shot 67% in the second half. 67% in the second half. All of that, like, that's not all of your defense. Like, that's not all blame on your defense. If a team shoots 67%, it has to be some shot making involved. So I agree with that. But the effort that the Celtics showed was alarming, right? There was a sequence where we were on offense. Tatum had the ball at the top of the key. He's just doing this for the first 14 seconds. Just doing like these with the basketball in his hand. Nobody else is moving. Derek White is telling people to clear out or whatever he was doing. He was telling some people to move, telling some people to do whatever, right? Nobody moves. Tatum is sitting at the top of the key with 14 seconds left, just dribbling the ball. He finally ISOs with 8 seconds. He shoots an air ball. This is not about Tatum. Then we go down. The Knicks have been hitting every single shot in the third quarter. In the third quarter, they shot 65%, right? They've been hitting every shot. OG Anunoby finally misses a three. We don't get the rebound. Jalen Brunson scores. Mikal Bridges comes down, shoots a 3. They get the offensive rebound. Brunson scores again. The amount of energy and the lethargic and the methodical play of the Celtics in that third quarter were their demise. And Tatum's shot making kept that game close. We had no business being that close in that game, especially in that third quarter. We had no business being in that game, bro. No business at all. Tatum had 11 in the third quarter. None. How the fuck I'm asleep knowing my goal is likely done for next year too? Tatum heaving up threes was his attempt to bring back the energy. I agree. I agree, but I still don't agree with that. And not you. I mean the threes. That's what's so crazy about Tatum is that he can have this was one of his best playoff games, right? He had 42, 8 and 4. Had 4 steals and 2 blocks. 42, 8 and 2, 4 steals, 2 blocks. And you can still see how much better he can be. That's the crazy part about Tatum, bro. He just had an all-time playoff game. And I can point to you multiple areas where he can be better at. And we just might lose that shit for the whole next year. Let me search up Tatum. Okay. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not looking at that video again. Celtics reporters talking about Tatum. Okay. Latest. Anyone who's celebrating Tatum. Okay, no. Bro, everybody appreciate you, Jason Tatum. What? This is a funeral? What? Where are the report? Okay, Noah. We all love Noah. Does she have an update? No, she's live at Garden Report right now, I believe. Yeah, she's live. Very clear from Al Horford's post-game remarks that Game 4 loss is very much secondary to Jason Tatum's injury. Of course. Bro, he couldn't put no pressure on that shit at all. Am I lagging? No, I probably am lagging, bro. I'm lagging? Hold up, y'all. 73 people in here and I just start lagging. Holy smokes. Here it go. 73 people in here and I start lagging. Holy okay. Yeah, GG's it is. I'm right here. Are we back? I'm lagging. Can I hear me? Nah, we can't go out like this. I'm going out like the Celtics. Oh no. I'm going out like the Celtics, y'all. Sound's coming through, but the video is frozen. Yeah. No. I'm tripping. I'm playing. I'm right here. I'm playing. So if the sound coming, I'm lagging still. What is going? Yeah, this ain't a good day for us, man. This just ain't a good night for us, y'all. Yo, shit tweaking. I can't lie. All right, y'all. Listen. I'm gonna try one more thing. And if it don't work, I'm gonna have to go out like the Celtics, y'all. Hold on 1 second. All right. I know I just lost some people. I know I just lost some people. But can y'all hear me? Nothing wrong here. Okay. Y'all kind of confusing me, man. But Claire's probably just being nice to me. It's okay. But it's a cursed day, y'all. It's a cursed day. But I've been told that I'm lagging. I can see it. I'm lagging a little bit. I don't think it's my day, y'all. I don't think it's our day. So yeah, what? We can hear you just a screen. Okay, so I'm gonna just I might just have to turn this into a podcast, y'all. I don't know. But just keep talking. All good. All right, bet. I appreciate y'all, man. Cause this hasn't been good for me. I appreciate y'all. But I was trying to find some Tatum stuff on Twitter. You know, the Celtics reporters, they usually have some stuff. But it's just not, I don't think anybody has an update right now. And quite frankly, I don't want to see an update right now. I believe in miracles. Listen, man. Nah, I'ma put this in y'all ear right now before I go. Do y'all remember when we were down 3-0 against the Miami Heat? Does anybody remember that? Oh wait, no, this means nothing because Tatum's not playing. All right, y'all. Okay. Never mind. This means nothing because Tatum's not playing. I was gonna go there and I forgot my best player is probably not playing. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But I love y'all, man. I'm glad y'all joined. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all came here with me. And I appreciate y'all, man. Jaylen Brown got to be better. Nobody could have predicted that Kristaps Porzingis turns into a pumpkin or a zero. Tatum 100% should have played better in those first 2 games, and if he does, we probably win. But then he has a masterclass in this game, and we still don't win. So there it is. Everybody that joined, appreciate y'all for what. Wait, are we looking okay on the stream, man? Are we looking okay on the stream, y'all? Are we looking okay? Love you too, Claire. Love all of y'all, man. Bro, I can't sleep. I'm not gonna be able to sleep. I might have to rewatch this game like 5 times. I'm not gonna be able to sleep at all. So I don't know, y'all, but I'll go through. Yeah, we're better. I'm back. Oh shit. Wait, I can't smile. Come on, I can't have me smiling in this predicament I'm in. So I'll go through my notes right quick, and then I actually have to go because bad decision. I haven't eaten all day. Bad decision. Wait, lie. I did eat once, but I'm hungry as hell. Okay. Game 4. Great ball movement to start. The Celtics, I think Derek White started 4 for 4 from 3. And because we were moving the ball, right? And the literal second we stopped playing offense the right way, they started to come back. And Bridges did the same thing he did in game 2. I kept telling y'all, I kept tweeting about, bro, these shots that he's hitting with Brunson off the floor in the 4th quarter are absolutely massive, bro. Are absolutely massive. We haven't won the non-Brunson minutes as we should have in this series. We just haven't won those. And when he's the guy, and we have done a fairly cool job on Karl Towns, any basket that they score without Brunson on the floor in the 4th quarter is huge. And Bridges had 9 points in the second game in the 4th quarter. He didn't score. He hadn't scored the first 3 quarters. It had 9 at the beginning of the 4th. Every bucket that he scored in the 4th quarter was so huge, bro. Like, he's so up and down, but when it came time to them needing him, he was there. Meanwhile, I got Jaylen Brown not giving me shit in multiple second halves of games. Meanwhile, I got Kristaps Porzingis turned into an absolute zero. So that is what it is. I don't even know what type of video I'm doing tomorrow. Of course, it's not gonna be positive, but like, I don't know. Like, do I just go like lack of effort? Do I just go like miscue? If I go miscues, I'm gonna be here for 40 minutes, and I already tried that, and they pause, and they struck that video down. I'll read comments though. I'll read comments. That's what I can do. I haven't read comments a lot, so I'm sorry, y'all. We lost because the Knicks went 70% from the field in the latter third and the whole fourth. That is a part of it, but we were also not good. Perfect. Well, I always watch the videos 5 times. Thank you, Claire. Bridges was huge for them. I think he won the game in that third quarter and started the fourth. Yes, he did that in the second quarter too. In the game 2, he did the same thing. That was huge for them. Lack of effort has been a problem all season. We thought in the playoffs they would lock in, but they proved us wrong. Yeah, that's true. Started with a JV puller. Carlos. On everything I love, bro. On everything I love. In the first 5 minutes of the game, we was moving the ball great. Derek White got 4 good threes. We got another good 3. Jaylen Brown just decided to come up the court and shoot a pull-up 3. He airballs. That was the first run that they had. Carlos, you're absolutely right. Break down our point guards. I sensed our PGs were mismatched. Okay, I'm not sure why we didn't go back to our zone when our defense shit the bed. Yeah, that's another Missoula thing. We didn't make any adjustments on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, they hit tough shots. Yes, they shot 60-something% in the second half. That does not come without hitting good shots. It doesn't. But we also didn't do our best on defense. We just didn't. Just do one on potential trades for KP and JP soon, brother, soon. Other comments, I'm a boomer that no shit. You got Knicks or Pacers? I don't know, man. You could make a mini series about those miscues to avoid those strikes. Yeah, I probably should have just cut that long video into. I should have did that, but you're probably right. This my last game watching though. I'm not watching Brunson or Halliburton in the finals. Oh God, it's not good for that one. It's set in stone. I want Russell run away. I do too. Okay, I'll leave with this, y'all. This is my last thing because I'm gonna probably go cry in a second. I'm gonna ask y'all a quick question. Do y'all think that karma is real? This is about the NBA. Trust me, I'm not going anywhere crazy. Do y'all think karma's real? All right, Shanks. Appreciate you for joining, brother. Appreciate you for joining. I'm sorry, brother. I don't know if Shanks is a man or woman. I'm sorry. I don't want to assume anything. I don't know. Shanks, I'm sorry. But have a great night. Do we think karma's real? And if you do think karma is real, why did Nico Harrison just get gifted the first overall pick? I'm a dude. Okay, Shanks. I assume because of your name, but I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you for confirming. If you think karma's real, why did Nico Harrison just get the first overall pick? You trade top 2 player in your franchise. I would say Dirk is a better Maverick because he was there his whole career, but I think Luka's the more talented player. But Dirk is the greatest Maverick. He played there 20 years. He got a championship. Luka was not over there yet in terms of greatness. But you draft that guy, right? You draft that guy at 3. Whatever you want to say about Luka Doncic, right? In the playoffs, he turns to a pumpkin defensively 100%, right? You trade away that guy at 25 years old. Cool. And you are gifted. You are legitimately gifted with Cooper Flag. And what I'm more upset about is 3 of the teams in that top 4. You mean to tell me, bro? Like I did love the idea of the decreased lottery odds. Would y'all trade Tatum for Flag? No. I did like the idea of the decreased lottery odds. Okay, guys, the problem with me lagging was my charger. My charger wasn't working, so my computer was going down. There's a lot of stuff happening. That's what happened. So look, I did agree with the lottery odds changes. Like teams can just tank. I'm going to have to hug Nick the next week, man. I'm gonna need a lot of those, man. But you don't want teams legitimately tanking and being gifted. I totally understand that. You don't want teams not trying to win for the whole season and getting gifted. I understand that. 100% understand that. But we need to find a middle ground. Because there's no way in hell that the Spurs, the 76ers, who did have a bad season, but the Spurs, the 76ers, and the Mavericks are 3 out of the 4 teams with an opportunity to get the first overall pick. And I knew Charlotte had 0 chance when they was in that 4. I knew they had no chance in hell. None. And newsflash, I don't think the Spurs pick. Because at 2, the projected guy is a Harper, right? He's a guard. Dylan Harper's a guard. They have De'Aaron Fox, who they just traded for, and they have Stephon Castle, who they just drafted this past draft. Do y'all think they take Harper? I don't. Now, the pick for me, if they weren't at 2, is Malawak. Or somebody that can play on the wing, right? But they got two lottery picks. The Milwaukee Bucks are gonna like that. The Milwaukee Bucks thought they rebuild with what, Harper, 14th overall pick, was that Colin Murray or something? I don't know. Something. But yeah, I didn't like that draft lottery. It was so tough to focus on the beginning of this game after that shit happened. Seeing Nico Harrison be gifted with that. Listen, man. This is what I think happened. I'm Adam Silver talking to him, right? Listen, brother. LeBron don't got much time. Man. So listen, I know it's going to be tough. I know it's going to be bad for you. But I promise you, brother, if you stick it out with me, I'm going to make sure it's worth it. I need you to trade Luka to the Lakers. Hear me out. I know they're going to hate you. I know they're going to hate you. Everybody going to call you stupid. Everybody going to call you this. They going to call you out your name. They going to call for your head. I'm going to make it worth your while, brother. Just believe in me. He like, all right. He probably ain't even tell him what he was going to do for him. He just like, listen, hey, I got you. Believe in me. I got you. He like, all right, bet. And this motherfucker get Cooper Flag. Now, there are people that have saying that he might trade the pick. Because everything that he said about the Luka Doncic trade was, hey, I want to win now. I want defense, all this other stuff. Cooper Flag is defense. But everybody been saying like the win now thing, all this other stuff. He might trade the first pick for Giannis. We never know. He might be trying to trade that first pick for Giannis Antetokounmpo. We don't know. But the fact that he was gifted this asset is kind of crazy. But again, I appreciate y'all. I'm about to go eat something and probably shed some tears. Celtics season. I'll check Twitter one more time for a Tatum update. Celtics season is most likely over. We did come down from 3-0 against the Heat, but we don't have Tatum. And you know what's funny? I thought we was going to win that game, but you know what happened in Game 7? I'm going to go on Noah Delzell page one more time. I'm going to go to, who's some other? Kristaps. That's the most quiet I've ever seen Jaylen Brown at a press conference. Just a devastating feeling here. Locker room was silent. Ugh. Let me go to John. There we go. Nope, no Tatum stuff. Doc said 1+ years. Torn Achilles tendon. What you? Hey, appreciate you, Lester. Love you too. Thanks for the sauce after loss. Yeah, I mean, but all right, y'all. I appreciate y'all for joining out. I'll hopefully see you guys next game. I don't want to put myself through this again, but if they lose, yeah, I feel like they just setting up to roll over in Game 5. That's what I think. Like, of course, this is a devastating injury, but I think they finna just roll over because of the injury. So it is what it is. I'll see you guys. Enjoy Halliburton or Brunson in the finals. Bye bye.